Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Well, first of all, you may be wondering, if you've looked at any of my other videos, if you look in the background here at my lovely new RGB build, which, like I say, is fully covered in the other videos, you'll see it's got the stock Ryzen cooler back on it. The Ryzen Stealth cooler, Stealth Wraith I think, something cooler. It did have a lovely white liquid cooler on, but it's back to the stock one, and here is the reason why. It's about a recall I had on a cooler I recently bought. If you watched me new PC build, you'll see that in part 3 I swapped from the stock Ryzen cooler to a lovely white full RGB Corsair H100 water cooler, and check that video out and you'll see the results were really great. I was really pleased with it. Problem is, I'd had it in 2 or 3 weeks, and I was at, about 2 or 3 weeks later, I was at a funeral actually. I was at my wife's auntie's funeral in Manchester, at the wake after, enjoying some refreshments, and got a message on my mobile phone, a link to a PC mag or something, saying that breaking news that Corsair had had a product recall on, I think they quoted 1% of a batch of the white H100i Platinum coolers, and it gave a number that you had to check, a serial number, which part of the serial number which gave the batch number, and evidently some had leaked fluid, and it was easy to see because it's green, and it was easy to see against the white pipework. Checked my serial number when I got home from Manchester at tea time, and yep, mine was one of the, unfortunately, one of the affected batch. So I had a thorough look at it. No fluid whatsoever coming out of it. Still working great. But who knows, it could have developed this fault, and it was one of the affected batch, so they'd promised to replace it obviously, and back it had to go. Now remember, this is a product recall. It's one of the worst things that can happen to a company. There's been various BMW, Toyota, Nissan have experienced product recalls. It's cost them millions in negative publicity and things. They want to clear it up dead quick. They treat the customers perfectly. They have a separate team on it, handling it, because it should be a smooth process to get sorted out. So that's what I was expecting. So I went on to Corsair's webpage, and sure enough there's a bulletin there about it, and a click here for further info. The click here didn't work. It said please try later. So not a good start. So I just went on there was no way of me getting through. I was expecting that they'd have appointed a special team for this recall, because come on, how often does a company have a product recall? They should have, and it's affecting 1%, they say, of the production run of this one particular white cooler. So it can't be that many. In the UK here, it's only available from one shop, which is Scan in Manchester, Scan Computers. So there can't be that many on. It's not long been out anyway. So I would have thought they'd have had a small team pounce on this and give instant, even better than normal response to customers. But no, I had to fill a normal RMA out. So now I've got all these on, and I've taken screen grabs of all of these RMAs, but so I'll either put them on this video or not. I'm not too sure whether it'd infringe copyright or whatever, but for now we'll read it out. So this is what happened. 3rd of April was when I found out about this, and I did that. I clicked on it, clicked on live chat, and live chat doesn't work. It never worked for the next month. I've clicked on it today. It's nearly May. It's 2 days to go to May. It's the 29th of April today, and live chat still doesn't work. It never ever works on Corsair's site. So 26 hours after me RMA first message to them, they responded saying that a post-paid label would be sent to me. Obviously I'm not going to pay postage back to them, it's their fault. So they responded 26 hours later, so not too bad, but even accounting for USA UK times. But anyway, they responded saying they'd send me a label. So that was the 4th of April. And then 20 minutes later, another message giving an RMA number, and the return address label is now at the top of the ticket. So I clicked at the top of the ticket. There's a small red text box saying packing label or something like that. Click on it. All it is an address, address of a UK in their office or their shop or whatever in the UK, which is in Bolton, and a little text of my address as a return address. It's not a post-paid label, it's just 2 addresses. So that's not the post-paid label. Still no live chat available. Oh, but they offered me a t-shirt. So we'd like to offer you a t-shirt from our apparel store. So I thought, okay, I'll go on to the apparel store. Now, just for a laugh, just go on to Corsair's apparel store. Big company like Corsair, you think they'd have loads of merchandise. I went on to it. The header is 3 young guys in hoodies and coats. Nice looking hoodies, nice looking coats. No hoodies available on the site. No coats available on the site. All there is 4 t-shirts. It's 4 or 5 t-shirts, a backpack, and 2 flasks, 2 like thermos flasks, drinks flasks. That is it. I emailed them saying I'm not really a t-shirt guy. I'm getting on now, so I'm more like a polo shirt guy. Is there any chance of a polo shirt or even a jacket or a hoodie would be great? No, you can have a t-shirt and that's it, a t-shirt only. Just send us your size. No choice or whatever, just send us your size. So, okay, I accepted that. T-shirt, it'll have to be extra large. Okay, next one. The day after, 5th of April, I asked if I could have the jacket or the hoodie. 3 days later, this is it. It's every time you send an RMA, it's about a 2-day wait. There's no urgency in the replies. It's about a 2-day wait. So the 3 days later, it's now the 8th of April. They replied saying no, just a t-shirt. And then 9 hours later, I replied saying, okay, I'll have that, yeah, and the extra large. 15 hours later, I still hadn't heard anything. So I went out to the following day. I asked about the label. Where was this prepaid label so I could send it back to them? So 9th of April, 14 hours later, a message saying that the label was already requested and let us know if you haven't received it in 24 hours. So I told them they'd promised it 6 days ago and I was still waiting for it. Anyway, as requested, the following day I let them know that it hadn't arrived within 24 hours. It hadn't, and it's now been 7 days. I'm telling them that their live chat never works. Still no live chat whatsoever. So 15 hours later, now the following day again, they replied saying sorry for the inconvenience, and he has arranged with their logistics and courier who will call and pick the parcel up, and I will receive an email for the label shortly. Right, thought I'd get this email for the label. A courier is going to call, no date when the courier is going to call, no time when the courier is going to call, and they are still supposedly sending me this email so I can print the return label out, which they still hadn't done at that stage. So it's now the 15th of April. I then messaged them again saying another 4 days had gone by, 4 days now. No label, no contact at all, and that their customer care was disgusting. It's now 13 days since I sent the first RMA message. So they've told me a courier is coming and to look out for the email for the label. No label appeared, and no date when this courier is coming anyway. So the next day, 16th of April, a message saying that the label was sent with waybill and a number. Please check my inbox and my spam folders. I checked every single inbox and the spam folder. It wasn't in any of them. I always check that. Hardly anything actually goes to the spam thing. I tend to get most of it, but I checked every single category of email and nothing whatsoever had been sent, and nothing was showing on the RMA ticket procedure. So 6 hours later I replied saying I checked everything and there's nothing now, and it's now went out to 15 days. Anyway, the next day, the 18th, I messaged them again on the RMA to say still nothing, still no label, still no courier. And then about 3 hours after I sent that message, the courier turns up. I was messing about with my CCTV cameras up a ladder at the front, and the courier just turns up, totally unannounced. Good job I was in. But no appointment made or anything, just turned up on the off chance. I said, have you come to collect a part for Corsair? He says, yes. Have I got the address? I says, what, have you not got the postpaid label? Because I'm still waiting for this postpaid label. He says, no, I've not got an address to send it back to. I've got a label, a blank label, but no address to send it back to. So I looked on the little message that I mentioned before that was at the top of the thing, not a return paid label, I might add, just an address, and it showed this UK address in, I think it was Bolton, Horwich, I think, in Bolton, unit something to something in Horwich, Bolton. So I filled in the label, I think it was DHL, I think it was, yeah. Filled in the label, he attached it to the parcel, and off he went. So I thought, well, at least we're getting somewhere. It's now 18 days, sorry, it's now the 18th, so we're like 15 days after the original message to them. So then, I'm just reading it off the RMA now, and so I sent them a thing saying that the courier has just arrived today, and as I'm looking at the RMA, at the top where the pictures of my original serial numbers that I sent them were, a thing had now appeared, waybill 52. Now that was not there before, and luckily I'd taken screen grabs every day of these RMAs, which I've still got. I can't show them in this because I'm not sure whether it infringes copyright or not, but if it doesn't, and I find that out before I upload this video, I'll put them on. But this waybill PDF postpaid label had not appeared before this stage. So the courier had gone now. I clicked on that and it's a return address in the Netherlands. So I thought, great, I've sent it back to the UK, but it had gone, so that's that. So I added in the RMA that, what did I put? I've just clicked the label as an attachment, the one you sent after the courier had been, and found it was a Netherlands address. However, obviously I didn't have the info at the time when the courier asked for the address. I thought he would have pre-filled in, but it was blank. The only one I had was the 25 to 28 Enterprise Park, BL6 6PE, the UK one. So that's the one I put, and it's gone back there. And I attached a copy of the DHL label that the guy left me. So then the following day, the 20th of April now. Hi, hello Tom. To avoid delays, I booked out the replacement unit along with the t-shirt. Tracking number will be sent to your email once it is available. Now there was a bank holiday looming, so I didn't expect anything quick. But on the 25th, whoopee, the replacement unit arrived. So that's Thursday the 25th of April. Again, guy just turned up and delivered it. No appointment made or anything like that. Just turned up out of the blue, but at least I'd got it. And the following day, the Friday, the t-shirt arrived. Where am I? Got it sorted. Now it's a nice t-shirt, as you can see. Quite a nice design on the front and the back, and it's that nice material that's football shirts are made out of. So probably not a cheap t-shirt, probably quite an expensive t-shirt. And that was Friday. That was Friday the 25th of April, and the first RMA I sent to him was the 3rd of April. So that's 22 days in total for a product recall, which should have been sorted, in my opinion, within 2 or 3 days. I can order something off of Amazon, anything up to something like 7 o'clock at night. It's either 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I've ordered plenty of things right up till 5 o'clock. I think I ordered one at 7 o'clock. And it arrives the next day. Okay, I'm on Amazon Prime, but it arrives the next day. Even if the next day is a Sunday. Sometimes it's quite late that day. They work till late. But that is service. Now, I'm not expecting that service, but when it is a product recall, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, to my mind, you pull out all the stops and you treat your customers like the cream of the crop. You don't want any complaints. You have a special button that you click and it goes straight through to a small team working on it. They then email out your postpaid label that same instant. How long does it take to click a button and send a postpaid label? Not 2 weeks like it did. And then or they either send the replacement unit straight out and trust you'll send the old one back. Have a bit of trust in the customer, not have to send the old one back and receive it before they will send you the new one, and not mess about with just like a total lack of urgency for 3 weeks. So anyway, that I thought was the end of the story. So I've been busy over the bank holiday weekend and I haven't actually got round to putting it in the PC yet. I'll be doing that, well, I was going to do that later today or maybe tomorrow. But today it's Monday the 29th of April, and over the weekend I got a message on my phone that my parcel from Scan, remember it was Scan here in the UK that I bought it from, they're the only stockist of the white one in the UK. My parcel from Scan via DPD will be arriving today. Well, I haven't ordered anything from Scan, so I thought, what can this be? And I wonder if it's a scam. A scam. I wonder if it's a scam, because there are quite a few DPD scams going around, and you click on the email to get info, tracking number and that, and it is actually a scam email with a virus or whatever. So I just ignored it, thinking if it does come, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Anyway, it said I got another text and that as well today, making it look really authentic, saying that the driver Dave is coming between 1 and 2. And sure enough, it was authentic that the driver Dave came between 1 or 2 with this package from Scan. I've ordered nothing from Scan again, and look what came. Just bear with me while I get positioned. Another one. You can't make this up, can you? Another one has come. So I've now got 2. Here's the one I got on the 24th, 25th, direct from Corsair, the replacement. And here's one that arrived today from Scan in Manchester, which I hadn't ordered at all. So I've emailed Scan saying what is going on. Do they want me? Is this a free gift to me for all the messing about from Corsair? Or is it just a total mistake, a cock-up all round? I suspect the latter, and being honest, I've told them about this. I haven't ordered it, but it's arrived. And if it's a genuine mistake, to send me a postpaid label, and I'll send that back to them, which means me more messing about, wrapping it up, sticking labels on, either going to a collection point or waiting in for a courier to come. All through somebody getting the wires crossed somewhere and cocking it all up. So a total balls up, really. This is my first experience of an RMA through Corsair. I'd seen on other websites that they're supposed to offer a great return service. I've had plenty of their products in the past, memory, SD cards, micro SD cards, stuff like that, SSDs. Luckily none of it's ever gone wrong within warranty, and so I've never had to experience an RMA. But after this, will I buy Corsair again? Well, too many people jump on the bandwagon and say, due to an experience like this, they're never ever going to buy Corsair or any product or whatever product again. I'll be honest, and I won't go as far as saying that, because if they do offer a product at the right price and it's really what I want, I'll run the risk and get it, and hopefully I don't have to return it. But if there's 2 similar products on the market, one of them Corsair, one of them some other manufacturer, it's that other manufacturer I'm going to go for, because like I said, they don't seem to care. Really slow responses on the RMA. 48 hours. They say we will take up to 48 hours to respond, but yeah, like I said, with a product recall, that ain't good enough. No, I want a response within 24 hours or less. Just try yourself. Go onto the Corsair's website and click live chat. You'll find it somewhere around. Click live chat. Never ever works. Hasn't worked for a month. The live chat just doesn't exist. Go on their apparel site. For 4 or 5 or 6 items. That's it. The header, the hoodies they're wearing, the jackets they're wearing. They're not even available. So I'm sorry, it ain't a way to run a big company like that. Scan in the UK, no real complaints about them. They've probably been told to send one by Corsair. I don't know. I'm still awaiting their response. If I get a response from them before I upload this, I'll add it on to the end of this. So it's a few days later now. As I just said at the end of the previous bit, I emailed Scan telling them what had happened, that I'd been sent 2 units back for some reason, and they very quickly responded. and said they'll look into it. And they came back to me again the following day, emailed me back asking that saying that they'd been in touch with Corsair, and could I send the RMA number, because evidently Corsair had no record of it. Why Corsair have got no record of it, I don't know. Oh, but by the way, you'll notice it's there. It's back in the PC. PC is running fantastic again in games, and rendering doesn't this fans don't ramp up or anything like that. It stays dead quiet. So I'm glad about that. Yeah, why they didn't have a record of it, I don't know. But again, the RMA number, and they said they'd get back to me. 2 or 3 days went by and I hadn't heard, so I emailed Scan again, and they said yeah, they're liaising with Corsair, and they sent me an email back, and I'll read it now to you. Good morning, Tom. Thank you for your patience while we investigated this matter for you. I can confirm we've reached out to Corsair, and they have concluded it was simply a mistake by a member of staff, and that this has been double allocated, resulting in 2 units being shipped. Due to this, they have provided a couple of options. If the second unit is an inconvenience, they're happy to provide you with a prepaid label and arrange a return. Alternatively, they have suggested you're able to keep the cooler as a gesture of goodwill for the inconvenience. I hope this resolves any issues you've had. However, if you have any further concerns, please feel free to let us know, and we will do our best to help you. Kind regards, Scan Computers. So I then replied, obviously, hi, and thanks for that, and thanks again for your liaising. Well, that's a good outcome, and I will obviously keep the cooler and try to sell it on. Thanks again, Tom. So, brilliant. Thanks very, very much for the end result, Corsair. Pity had to go through all this 3-week wait to get it, but in the end, they've done a brilliant gesture, and it has redeemed my faith in them quite a lot. I'll still think twice, which manufacturer to use in future for 2 similar things, knowing the RMA procedure. As I said before, this may be a one-off, and I hope it is. I hope nobody else has to wait 3 weeks, particularly on a product recall, to get their item back. But the end is a great result. And here it is. So, the first replacement is there fitted. The second one that came a couple of days later from Scan is here, and they've kindly said I can keep it. So, and that's not a cheap item. It's 144 Great British pounds. So what's that, about $160, $170, something like that, isn't it? Including postage. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I do not sell on eBay anymore. I think I mentioned before I had a bad experience with eBay believing a scam buyer, as they always do. They always side with the buyers, and I said I'd never sell anything on eBay again. That was a year ago or so, and I haven't done. So I may put it on Facebook for sale thing they do, or a local Facebook group for sale marketplace. I've told friends and family about it so they can have it off me, or I'll just stick it to one side, and who knows, if I do another build for a friend or family, I could put it in that, or save it for myself for when this finally goes kaput in 6 or 7 years, that the lifespan. But like I say, end result, yeah, getting 144 quid's worth of stuff, and the free t-shirt for a 3-week wait ain't too bad. But so I was in 2 minds whether to put this video up, since they've done such a good thing at the end, Corsair. But I've decided I still will. The original valid complaint still stands, because it shouldn't have taken 3 weeks to resolve. And I hope, you know, if they have no more further product recalls, I hope them all the best and they don't have any product recalls again. And I hope if you do experience an RMA with Corsair, you don't have to wait so long. It possibly was, I dare say it was, a one-off, and I've just been unlucky, but it has had a happy outcome. They've done the right thing in the end, so kudos to you, Corsair. Thank you very much for that gesture. And yeah, probably will do business with you in the future. It's knocked it down a bit. I might sort of look for competitors' products first before yours or whatever, but I'll probably slowly turn that view around. So I hope this has been of some help to people, and I hope you're glad I've got a happy outcome in the end. So if you haven't seen the original videos on the PC behind me that we're referring to, it's a 3-part series entitled something like Grandpa Builds a Gaming PC. Check that out in my other videos. You'll see the full build. But before I leave you with this, I'll just leave you with some final video of the PC. Like I say, I'm chuffed as hell. It's all back together and back to where we were, and I can play the games and be just as rubbish at them, and I can do me video rendering without the stock coolers being really noisy and speeding up, and it's nice to have a lovely, quiet PC again. So hope to see you for the next video, whether that may be. Keep watching, and we'll leave you with these parting shots of the PC all lit up. See you soon.